So here we are again. The moon is full, the bats are flying, and Dracula's out again to take over the world. We're talking about Castlevania games. Today I'm not talking about the more conventional Castlevania games, I'm talking about the obscure ones. Actually, ones that are made by fans. I went down a weird rabbit hole trying to find the most interesting Castlevania games, and I think I found a few. These are games made by people who love the series so much, they were just kind of like, hey, let me just make my own take on it, and they just went with it. And you know what? Some of these are actually pretty good. Some a little confusing, but I'm actually impressed with this. This is really cool. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and boot up the first one. First up is Resident Vania, and yeah, the name says it all. It's Castlevania meets Resident Evil Village. And surprisingly, the game kicks things off with a bang. The graphics are gorgeous, pixel art done right, and the aesthetic feels just like Resident Evil Village. You've got creepy dungeons, gloomy halls, and enemies ripped right from the source material. You have lichens, zombies, and yes, these bird ladies, you know the ones. The level design is basically Castlevania 1 with a horror reskin. Instead of the water section in the cellar, it's now a full-blown dungeon basement. This game is also like Castlevania in the way that you attack. The controls have this purposeful delay which makes you think before you move, or shoot. I actually like that. It gives some weight. But then there's that jump. You know which one I'm talking about. After the stairs. You have to creep up to the very edge just to make this insane leap. I swear I aged 3 years figuring this out. Like I briefly mentioned, you shoot enemies with a gun instead of a whip, which is kind of hilarious in this gothic setting. Eventually you fight one of the sisters from Resident Evil Village. Tough at first, but you learn the pattern and then she's toast. Then the final moment, Lady Dimitrescu just decapitates you off screen. Game over. It's short, sweet, creepy as hell. I'd love to see this expanded into a full game, but probably not. This one definitely gets a 74% on my Sunny scale. This next one is called Vania. Right from the title screen, I knew I was in for a ride. Is that Simon Belmont with a cup of coffee? And he looks kind of chill about the whole vampire hunting thing. This game isn't just a fan game, it's a full-on parody of NES culture, Castlevania, and apparently every other game ever made. If you sit on the title screen long enough, the credits start rolling, complete with developer names and goofy little character art. That's love, man. That's passion. You drop into the first level, it's a cave, and bam! Classic Castlevania 3 music hits you right in the ears like a nostalgia freight train. It's beautiful. But the controls, holy smokes, they're actually too responsive. Compared to something like Resident Vania, which felt deliberate and weighty, here I feel like I'm gliding across the screen on buttered ice. You can whip normally, whip upward, and even pull off this weird duck walk move. That's both hilarious and kinda awesome. The graphics have that NES feel, but they're more colorful, more detailed. Like the developer just asked, what if we gave Castlevania a sugar rush? The first boss sets the tone perfectly. You think you're done with the level, it's quiet, the music fades, and then BAM! You drop underground and fight a giant bat. It's not hard, but it's clever. Off to a great start. So level 2 is where things start getting a little weird. We're in Hooper's mansion, and I have no clue what universe this belongs to. There's a Dragon Ball in the cabinet. Luigi literally pops out of a toilet like it's a horror movie. And I swear, those portraits on the wall are just blue Smurfs with attitude. I love the randomness here. The level's still linear, but it starts throwing in odd puzzles, like whipping these creepy blinking eyeball things to activate elevators. It's like some bizarre Castlevania meets Scooby-Doo crossover, and you know what? I kind of love it. Now we're in the swamplands. It actually feels like you're exploring a creepy, cursed marsh. There's a forked path here, so you get a little bit of a choice in how you want to proceed. I grabbed the cross sub-weapon, and I fought this stone gargoyle thing. The gargoyle looks intimidating, but plot twist, if you crouch, his attacks mostly just whiff past you, like a bad Tinder date. Unless he breathes fire, then you're toast. Okay, hold up. Level 4 just turns into a shoot 'em up. You're riding a porpoise, shooting fireballs underwater, while jellyfish from Super Mario Bros. Float by. And the TMNT electric seaweed shows up to ruin your day, like it's 1989 again. And then you get to the boss, a great white shark who spits a Kamehameha blast straight out of Dragon Ball Z. What is even happening here? This game is wild and just doesn't care about rules, and it's so much better for it. Then suddenly, stealth level. Yep, full Metal Gear mode. You're sneaking past guards and lights, and if you get spotted, that's it. No hiding, no recovery, just a full-on assault from guards that hit like trucks. They just come and surround you. I had to skip and run through all the secrets just to survive this level. That boss though, hilarious and creative. First he's some crazed German scientist running around like a maniac. Then he hops into a tank and you have to whip cannonballs into the cannon to fire back. 10 out of 10 creativity, I love this. Next up is the rotating tower. The background spins as you climb and it's actually a cool illusion. NES couldn't do this. Super NES barely could. So seeing it in a fan game, my mind was blown. You thought that was weird? Well, level 7 has you fight Bowser on the map screen. Yeah, like an RPG boss encounter. You're Mini Hooper whipping bob-bombs back at him like a bootleg Mario Party minigame. Man, this game is wild. Then the game shifts into like a tribute mode, full of NES tribute levels. Castlevania enemies are suddenly in Super Mario Bros., Mega Man, Metroid, Contra, and Ghosts and Goblins. It's like the fan game version of Ready Player One, but way more fun. But then it slams the brakes. Trivia. A full-blown game show level. Sounds cool, right? Nope. You have to beat 20 questions, and if you don't come in first, you start all over again. Did you know what year Yacht Club Games was founded? Neither did I. Until I spent an hour retrying this quiz like I was cramming for a college exam. After the trivia, we hit the fluffy forest, and suddenly it's like the game decided to hate you. Platforms shift if you so much as breathe on them. Enemies knock you into death pits like it's their job. I had to turn on the no damage taken mode, and I didn't even care. These jumps are brutal. The boss? A bear. Just straight up angry bear. To be honest, I cheated. I admit it. Level 12. Finally the game gets back to its roots with a level straight out of Castlevania Bloodlines, complete with the music from Dracula X. The boss? Medusa. Classic and challenging, but fun. It was a highlight. Level 13. Next up we have puzzles. You clone yourself to hit switches and solve stages. It's smart, it's well designed, and you fight a hunchback at the end. Not a hard fight, but a nice change of pace. Then it's the big leagues, Dracula's Castle. The gravity switch mechanic returns, and at first, it's cool. Then it becomes a nightmare. Platforms, ghosts, Medusa heads, spinning death wheels, it's chaos. One part had me stuck for nearly an hour, but the Dracula fight, worth it. The first form is classic Dracula, then floating head phase, then he turns into a dragon, and it all just works. It's familiar, nostalgic, and bonkers in all the right ways. But overall, Vania is a must-play. It's not just a fan game, it's a celebration of everything NES. A love letter wrapped in chaos, trivia, and porpoise fireballs. So that means I gotta get this one an 82%. Must play it, like I said. Now this next one, it feels like the Flash game cousin of Castlevania. It's called Montana de la Cruz Castlevania, and it plays like a no-budget B-movie version of the original series. But you know what? It's kind of fun. From the start, it's simple. No upgrades, no crazy features. You've got a whip, a sub-weapon that's basically a boomerang, and that's about it. You're fighting classic Castlevania-style enemies like blue zombies, skeleton soldiers, and these floating skull jellyfish things that look like someone took Medusa's head and dropped it in a fish tank. One thing that's pretty cool about this game is that you start with power-ups. You have this slide dash, then you have this air dash. It's pretty cool because other games make you progress just to unlock these, but you get this one from the start. So I'm breezing through the first level, whipping everything in sight, and I get to the far right wall. And that's it. No prompt, no clue, it's just a wall. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I tried whipping it, sliding into it, praying at it, nothing. Turns out you have to switch your sub-weapon to a bomb to blow it up. Only problem, the game never tells you this. There's no tutorial, no HUD indicator, no little pop-up. You're just expected to magically know that holding a completely different button swaps your item. Thanks, game. Level 2 ramps up the frustration. The platforming here is nuts. Every pixel of terrain feels like it's trying to kill you. The slightest touch of this spike tile gets you damage. Brush up against the edge of something that looks safe? Surprise, it's lava apparently. Also, the hit detection's all over the place. Sometimes ducking under the enemy, you're safe, but sometimes they clip you anyways. There's no consistency here. But I think the most frustrating part is when you get hit, man, you're not even allowed to attack for a second. It's the most annoying thing ever.
You're stuck in this flinch animation like you just stepped on a Lego. In that tiny window of time, you're either dead or thrown into more spikes. Then there's this building with skeletons on narrow ledges. They chuck bones at you from above, and trying to whip them while jumping from tiny platforms is borderline impossible. If the game had a rage quit moment, this was it for me. Also, the background and foreground, they're almost the same color. The platforms blend in with the terrain, so you can barely tell where to jump. It's like platforming through camouflage. Give me a break. Anyways, you make it to the end where the final boss is, and this blue hooded wizard ghost thing. He's flying around dropping fireballs. The attack pattern is easy. Just stand still, time your whip, and don't overthink it. Compared to the rest of the level, this was a cakewalk. So yeah, Montana de la Cruz is short, real short. And yeah, it's rough around the edges. Some of the mechanics feel like they're from another planet, and the design, well, let's just say it's experimental. But you know what? There's still charm here. It's a fan game made by someone who clearly loves Castlevania. They just didn't give themselves enough time or testing to polish it up. This gets a 63% for me. That may be a generous score, but I grade fan games on a curve. They aren't made by studios with $1 million budgets. They're just made by people giving up their weekends and pizza money to make something they love, and I respect the heck out of that. This next one has some buzz behind it around the community. It's called Silver Knights Crusaders. It's like if Symphony of the Night and Dracula X had a gritty little cousin. Visually, it slaps. This sprite work is awesome. Lots of smooth animations and gothic charm. You get multiple characters in this one, but I ditched the whip guy early. His movement just feels off, but this scythe girl handles way better. Gameplay wise, it's pretty standard. You just run, slash, boss fight, repeat. It's not super innovative, but it gets the job done. After all, this was made in the open bore engine, known for more beat 'em ups, and because of that you can tell this is a little stiff, but it is serviceable. Thank God for infinite lives and continues though. Playing this legit would be like trying to beat Ninja Gaiden blindfolded. So I just wanted to breeze through it just so I can see the ending.
So there you have it, a bloody mess of Castlevania fan games, some good, some just straight up bonkers, but either way, this was a fun time. That's what makes these fan games great, is that they're made with heart, made with real love and passion for the franchise. These developers aren't doing this for the fame, for the money, they're just doing it because they love Castlevania, and you know what, I really do appreciate that. If you're a fan of the series, I do recommend you checking this out. I mean, there's plenty to go around here, and I've only scratched the surface of Castlevania fan games. But yeah, even check out the frustrating ones too, because in the end, it's all about that Castlevania charm. Well, until next time, keep your whip close, your garlic closer, and we'll just see you next week on the final episode of this Halloween October special of Sunnyside. Take care.